What's up, Pixark here? Today I want to talk about Pixark DLC, and I was gonna wait till the end of the week to actually make this video because I wanted to actually get all my thoughts together with this. But there's a YouTuber called Stegs, and I'll have his channel down in the description below so you guys can check him out. But he made some really good, valid points. So this is kind of like a response to what he pretty much was talking about because I want to see what you guys think they should do. So in his video, he talked about certain ways they could do DLC. The first way was to add on to the map, and adding on to the map, in my opinion, might be what they're going to do, and it might be something that's actually smart for them to do. And because when you actually in a world like Minecraft, you don't want to, when you're in a world like this, you don't really want to, build up and do so many stuff in your world and change the way it is, and sit there and make a community around it, and then you have to pick up and go to another map. I understand why he thinks adding onto the map will be amazing. I think if they had to pick one of his ways, I think that will be the best way. I feel like it'll be better for people who own servers, and they want to expand their world and do a lot with it. But the weird thing about it is, because everything is generated, like, is it going to be random in different spots? So you don't really know like where they're going to add it. They can't add it to the end of the map because everything's supposed to be generated. So if everyone, you see what I'm saying, like it's going to be a little weird to just have them just add on to the map that way. Me personally, I feel like Pixar is going to be surrounded by water, in my opinion. I think they're going to probably cut it off that way, kind of like how Ark Survival Evolved kind of does it. Another idea he came up with the DLC with adding onto the map is invisible walls. Now, what they could do is add an invisible wall. If you don't have the DLC, you can't go over. But I don't really like that idea because I feel like, someone like me who's going to most likely have a server on Xbox, and, a lot of you guys, if a lot of you guys can't get the DLC, you guys can't go over to that side of the map. Now, I feel that's going to separate the community that we plan on making on the server, so it's not going to work out. It's not going to be good for the server at all if they just have a visible wall. Like, let's say your friend can go past that wall, but you can't. You see, so I feel like, in my opinion, they should do it like Ark Survival Evolved. I think they should make new maps. Like, each map should be different. Like, yes, every map is generated, but like, put a little spin on each map. Like, one map snows all the time, or like little things like that they're gonna have to do. But I feel like the best way of actually doing this is making it the way it already is. Like, we got aberration, we got scorched earth, like add elements of danger, or weather changes and stuff like that, in order to make it a lot different. I think a lot of people won't complain about it, because once you start separating people on the same server, it's just not gonna work. And I feel like it's really gonna hold back Pixar. I think they should stick with the Ark. I think they should stick with Ark Survival Evolved DLC plans, how they usually do it, where every few months we get a new map, we get new creatures. You can transfer your creatures back to your world and do it that way. I think that's the best way of doing it. I think a lot of people won't complain about it because we're used to it, and we don't lose everything that we built. Now, he also talked about how they're gonna spread out DLC, and the article that he pretty much showed, which will be in the description below, pretty much says from what they're planning on doing is, now how we got dinos throughout the early access stage of Ark Survival Evolved. Well, they're planning on selling these dinos as DLC. It's going to be really hard when it comes to having dedicated servers. Like, I really think that's going to be the biggest problem with anything, because if you put dinos in a certain biome like that, which, like I said, that's why I feel like they should go ahead and do the Ark Survival Evolved route, where if you want a wyvern, you got to go to Scorched Earth and go get it and bring it back. But like, for console wise, like, I feel like this is really gonna hurt. I think they're gonna definitely change it. I think they're gonna realize that they can't just sell dinos and biomes. I don't know how much they're gonna sell for it. Maybe if it's like $5 or $10, people might accept it. But for PvP wise, it's gonna be kind of weird, because if they don't balance it and someone has a better creature than they do, it's gonna suck. So like, it's hard to explain it, because like, if it's the fact that it's generated, it's gonna mess it up. Like, if every map was completely the same, we could do the add-on to the map. We could easily do that. But because every map is different, it's gonna be really hard to see. It's really hard to see how they're gonna do it, like how they're gonna do it at all. So In my opinion, I think this is how DLC should work, or in general, how I think they should move in the right direction. So I'm gonna put this tweet on the screen right now. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it up real quick, of what he was talking about. So let me go ahead real quick and find that picture. So he showed one of the tweets that the developers showed on their Twitter, and it said, with Pixark, you can explore and travel between worlds to uncover the mysteries that surround them. Now, when I heard this, the first thing I thought of how they should do it, because every map is generated, they should make portals like boundless. The fact that you can go from my world to my friend world, of course you'll probably need, like, they should do it like invite only, or like a code rate based thing, where if your friend give you his world, his code to his world, you can enter it. I think that would be pretty freaking cool. It would bring, because like when you think of like mods, and when you think of like people, when you think of modders and stuff like that, which, like I said, I make a video talk about it separately, but when you think about them creating their own world and stuff like that, I think that would be good for the mod community, for the modders who actually create their own worlds. It'll be a good way to actually get to one of those. Of course, I feel like a lot of the, stuff like this is going to work on PC than console. I think having it on console is going to be hard, so I doubt they would do the whole boundless portal thing. But I think that should be the way they should let you travel between worlds. Everyone knows it's going to most likely be how you went to a different world on Ark Survival Evolved. I don't think that's going to change, but it will be a cool little change to how you how you go to different worlds. Or it could be like Minecraft, how you go to the Nether and you have to build certain things to get there, because you guys got to remember there's quests in the game. So in a way, like, do you need to do certain quests to get to these worlds? Do you have to have like certain materials to get to these worlds? Because when they say travel, right now, I'm thinking about it, it's like they're most likely going to do it like Minecraft, because you have magic. You're most likely going to have to use the magic to travel between worlds. So what do you guys rather have? Do you guys rather them add on to the map? Do you guys think they should sell DLC as dinos and biomes? Do you guys think they should have an invisible wall where if you don't have the DLC, you can't enter it? I think, like I said, in my opinion, the best option for them to do is stick the way Ark Survival Evolved is, or if they can find a way to make it make sense, then add on to the map. The whole invisible wall thing, I don't agree with that. I think that's horrible when it comes to having a game like this. Like, even if they sell, I'm trying to think how we can get in the middle ground of this, like between dinos and biomes. I think the biomes should be free. Maybe not the dinos. Maybe they can find a way to spread out the creatures that's already in the game in certain biomes for the people who don't got them. But I feel like you have to make the biomes free. You can't separate people like that. Definitely for a multiplayer game, you just can't separate them like that. The only way I feel that makes sense is like they've been doing. Like, no one complains about that. No one complains about going over to Scorch Earth, go get a wife and come back. No one complains about going to Aberration and coming back. They did talk about and coming back, but regardless of how I feel, they're most likely gonna go with the whole selling dinos and biomes, because say, unlike Survival Evolved, which add dozens of dinos throughout the years of early access, Pixark will sell them as DLC for a standard price game. Creatures like the rock drake, for example, could be added as part of a water or mountain biome. So we feel that releasing DLC like this is a great way to make every map unique and every DLC desirable by players. In a way, it could work because they did add the volcano. They just tell people move their bases, but I just hope they find a way to do it where people don't have to relocate every single time. If they do it correctly, then Snail Games, you earn my respect as making DLC. I just think it's going to be probably one of the hardest things they're going to do, unless they like tell us exactly where, unless they do it kind of like Ragnarok, where we know where everything's going to be at. In the future, so we can prepare for it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It seems like a lot of YouTubers are ready to support Pixark. I'm glad to see that a lot of them are actually going to do this, because I feel like with enough YouTubers actually supporting Pixark, there's no way we're going to let this game fail. Like, there's no way we're going to let this game fail. So go ahead, if you guys can, subscribe to Stags, amazing YouTuber. I just found out about him. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe, so I expect you guys to go ahead and do it. He has a lot of Pixar news and stuff like that that you guys definitely should check out. And there's a lot of other YouTubers you guys should definitely check out, like Jay Plays Games. And I really want this game to be successful. God damn it, it has my name in the fucking title, so we have to make this game big. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe in there. Let me know down below how you think DLC should be handled. Do you guys think it's fair? Do you guys think it's fair that it could sell DLC as dinos and biomes? Do you guys think it should stay the way it is, like I feel it should be? And how do you guys feel about that invisible wall, if you can enter it and your friend can't? But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.